sound check. We're just gonna make sure like all the everyone's mic level sounds pretty good. We're not gonna be peaking, dude.
Testing. Don't want to be peaking. We want to be peacocking, not peaking.
Yeah, I've seen you read the game, Matt.
I have read the game.
There you go.
Yeah, you got to neg women. You just say terrible things to them, and then if they don't fuck you, it's their fault. That's
There
what
you go.
That's what the game is.
It's all about the game and how you play it.
It's all about control, and if you can, it's all about women, and if you can take it.
Nice, dude. You know what? I say we just keep going. Looks like everything's good.
Yeah, you don't.
We'll do a quick pause just to make sure, folks. We'll be right back.
It's all about the game and how you play it. All about control, and if you can take it, all about your debt. And if you can pay it, it's all about pay. And who's gonna make it?
Let's not say this gold's for free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I gotta save this gold for the podcast. We're explaining to Bobby the genius of Jim Johnston, who did like every WWE theme song for like 20 years. But yeah, from like early Undertaker in the early 90s to the like 2010 or so. I think now they have like a different group doing it. Sometimes they'd get outside guys. Like Kid Rock did one of Undertaker's songs at one point. Limp Bizkit played Undertaker out at WrestleMania Live.
That's pretty cool.
Hell yeah. WrestleMania 19, I think it was.
Well, you know the inspiration for the Stone Cold theme song of the glass shattering. It was when Jim Johnston heard about Eric Clapton's son falling out the window.
It's time to watch your kids. It's all about watching the kids and making sure they don't fall out of buildings.
How good was that Coke that he was gonna ignore his kid fall out a fucking window? Give me some of that 80s Eric Clapton, my son died.
That
Colombian.
Coke was almost as good as that song about it was bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, Clapton's a big like racist anti-vaxxer.
Who isn't?
I was just trying to tell you guys in case you didn't know how cool Eric Clapton got.
Well, didn't you see like there was that concert he did in the 80s where it was like, if you're an immigrant, get the fuck out of my if you're an immigrant, get out of my concert. I don't want you here. We're in London, love.
Yeah. Like, that was back in the 80s he was speaking the truth.
Yeah. Can you imagine being woke for 30 plus years?
Yeah.
Mr. Clapton, isn't it exhausting being on the right side of history for so long?
Yeah.
How racist you have to be for people to get mad at you during the Reagan administration?
I don't know if anyone was mad at that. I mean, maybe it was just
that a later
No,
thing?
he wasn't mad. Nobody was mad at him. It wasn't
Really?
until the video resurfaced later.
Yeah.
And that was only when he was like anti-vax. And then they were like, all right, now we're gonna.
I heard about it recently. I don't know. Maybe it's
I feel like I knew about it before COVID.
Yeah, I think it may be like the Cosby thing where it's been out there for a while and people have kind of known about it and then it just resurfaces later. And also they're both like super cool dudes.
Yeah.
Cool guys.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to Locker Room Talk.
Some locker room talk, folks.
Just a little locker room talk.
I love it, man. You know what? That gives a little peek inside. People love it when it's just casual conversation and then some other idiot co-host says, are we going to record? And then the genius mastermind who already hit record says, oh, we've been live, baby.
Yeah.
We've been live. And then everyone changes their tone like, oh, hey, what's up? You know?
Yeah. Well, the amount of other times I've done a podcast and like, all right, so we're going to like do this topic, then this topic. And then after the first few episodes were released, I get a tweet. It's like, I just love the stream of consciousness thing. People just encourage our laziness is what it is.
Yeah. Well, like that's because natural riffing just goes so much further.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real, man.
Yeah. Well, the problem with that is then a lot of people are just like, man, I could just like talk with my friend and record it, and they're not like comedic geniuses like the three of us.
No,
Yeah.
Not everybody can do it.
How lame would that be to be one of those tortured, unfunny people that have to toil at a fucking desk for hours trying to write a bit to get on television? Whereas me, it's like I spark up that crack pipe, and then we just get up and go.
Yeah.
Let's make some art. You know.
Yeah.
Dude, I love smoking crack and doing stand-up.
Honestly, it is the best. And I know you have this boyish grin saying ha ha ha, but no, not really. I'm saying ha ha ha, but really. I love doing crack. I love telling jokes.
Do you think you could
You
smoke
love cracking jokes.
Yeah.
And Joe's a real wise cracker.
Damn, we are just on a good vibe right now.
Yes.
man. The podcast.
We all
is-
did crack before we started recording.
We all smoked a little bit of crack to get in the zone,
Yeah.
just to get focused, sharpen it up, and you know what?
Poor man's Adderall.
Paid off.
I did the opposite, actually. I went to the gym, and then I ate a double chicken bowl at Chipotle, and now I'm here for some locker room talk.
Everyone's eating Chipotle.
I had not one but 2 double chicken bowls today.
Two in one day.
For lunch, for dinner. Came here, told Joe I needed to use his bathroom. Had a very
I was going to say
shit.
R.I.P. Bobby's
Yeah.
asshole.
Dude, I'm glad I'm sitting on a cushion right now.
Yeah.
You know.
Bobby came out looking shattered. I think that's the only way I could describe that image.
I am doomed to a life of a painful asshole, and there's nothing I could do about it.
As a
except
gay
change
man?
my diet. Yeah. This is how I come out, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby walked out of that bathroom with like 1,000-yard stare. I've seen men return from war more chipper
I
than
walked
Bobby.
like Edward Norton after the shower scene in American History X. That's how I came to the couch.
Yeah.
He was stuffing the shit down the toilet.
Yeah.
Like when he was stepping on that black guy's head in American History X.
Why did you eat Chipotle twice today?
Well, I usually eat Chipotle for lunch.
Yeah.
And then for dinner, I usually like go somewhere around Union Square. But I figured, I had to be here on time. So I ate my bowl at my desk. And yeah, now my butthole hurts.
Do you work around Union Square?
I do. Yeah.
Stockbroker, because as we've mentioned in previous episodes, Bobby's rich.
Yeah,
Bobby's
I'm
rich.
wearing a suit and I'm just yelling at my assistant.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
getting
most of what I
guacamole
do.
in all of his bowls at Chipotle, you fucking rich prick.
Yeah, Bobby had a way of leaning back in a way that showed off his Rolex.
Yeah.
And in just a way that the light caught it, that it would definitely like attract our attention.
Yeah, actually, since we're not doing video, Bobby and his super muscular jacked arms with the Rolex on them.
Hell yeah, dude.
Matt just like, oh yeah, we're not doing video, as if he got dressed up, prepared to be on film.
I am dressed up.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a suit right now.
And Joe is wearing nothing but women's panties.
That's me, dude. That's how
On
I
his
get in the zone. Damn. Remember that trope in like 80s comedies where guys would just have like women's panties like their conquest stored in like their dorm room and
As
shit?
if it's not like serial killer behavior.
Yeah, it's like, damn, your fucking bounty.
Oh yeah, so many just that's where like all the woke boys being boys is actually rape. We're like, no, it's not. And then you go back and watch Porky's, and you're like, okay, maybe a little bit.
Porky's is, but like,
Watch Animal House and be like, all right, maybe you have a point here.
But those guys were the outcasts in the Revenge of the Nerd. The only one.
Oh yeah, that was the thing. Like the nerds and the outcasts, the weird kids were also rapists too. It's universal. Everybody
Yeah.
loves rape.
Yeah.
like
the
Josh
opposite
Whedon
of Candy
showed.
Crush.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Even a woke nerd is a fucking rapist.
Yes, especially a woke nerd.
Those are the most prone to RAPE.
Asterisk
Yeah.
E.
Well, that was the guy who's always like men are terrible. Women,
Yeah.
you feel so unsafe. Here, come to my experiment comedy gallery.
Yeah.
Hey, tell me Mo.
Why don't you?
a little bit of inside baseball here. But yeah, those are always the guys that are like, I'm one of the good ones. Those are the ones you have to actually look out for. The guys who go on podcasts and say rape is universal, we're actually the good guys.
They're actually the heroes.
We
Yeah.
have so much not to hide that we're cool with doing hate speech.
yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Show me a guy that says I'm one of the good ones, and I'll show you a guy that's one of the bad ones.
Yeah.
Whoa,
You said
that's
it.
powerful, man. That's fucking powerful, dude. I hope there's a intense black and white photo of me with that quote underneath it.
I'm putting it on my Instagram right now, bro.
Yeah, that's some intense incel will fucking repost all the time. It's like, this guy get life, hashtag life, hashtag
Got to put a
living.
picture of your profile in black and white, so it's just like the fading off into black at
Yeah.
the front
Yeah,
of your
there's
face.
no way you're looking into the camera for this.
Right.
Never. You can't. I got too many other things to be looking at.
No one's ever said anything insightful
You're
while
looking
looking
to the
direct-
future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one's ever said anything insightful while looking directly into the camera. You have to be looking off to the side.
Always. That's some insightful shit, man.
Yeah.
I'm feeling fucking insightful, honestly. I got 4 things of protein in me today.
Yeah.
You know, plus the chicken. You know, so I'm ready to go.
That's a pretty good mix, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling insightful. I've been playing chess with kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
it
kick
sounds
their
it
ass?
sounds more sounds more like a pedophile thing than I meant for it to.
Yeah, it's
I've
like-
been I've been working as a chess coach.
Yeah, right. More like,
I'm-
all right, for each fucking piece I take, you got to remove an article of clothing. You're like making up chess moves because kids don't know any better.
Well, actually, it's the opposite. Actually, so yeah, it's just like a part-time job that I'm just looking for some. It's like part-time day job right now. And the first school I went into, the kids know way more about chess who go to the chess clubs than I thought they would. I got humiliated by a 10-year-old.
no.
Like I sit down and the first thing the kid does, he's like, "All right, I'm gonna do the Hungarian opening." I'm like, "You're gonna what?"
You're gonna what? My what?
I sit down. I was like, all right, so you're white, so you go first. She's like, duh, I know. And I'm like, all right, fine. I thought I'd be like, so the horsey moves this way. And no, the kid's just like, why would you open like that? And like his friends come by and are like, oh, I thought the coaches was supposed to be better than this. And he just like wrecks me.
Oh, damn, dude. It's always sucks when like a kid like fucking puts you in your place like
Yeah.
that. Have you ever had a kid correct your pronunciation of something when you're reading to them?
No, I haven't had that.
Oh, dude,
When
that's
were you reading to children, Joe?
don't worry about the
He was next
how
to
in the-
George Bush on 9/11.
Yeah, dude. That was man. I bet he was thinking like, I would love to get out of this shit, dude.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, fuck all this reading, dude.
Now I'm never going to find out what happened to my pet goat.
Does that item ever find a missing piece?
What?
The missing piece from Shel Silverstein.
Oh, I'm lost, dude.
Damn, dude, I'm
do you
good.
get
All
this
right, we're
from-
cutting this.
Wasn't he like the something tree?
The giving tree.
Giving tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do I have my pet goat in my head?
My Pet Goat?
Yeah,
That's like a kid's book in Pakistan.
It's a sex ed book.
Yeah. There are pet goats and then there are lover goats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never the two shall meet.
Friend goats and lover goats.
Friends, goats, and lover goats. Yikes.
I thought George Bush was reading My Pet Goat. Am I wrong?
Was he? I think that was the name of the book.
It was.
Yeah. Ironic, we were attacked by Muslims when he was reading My Pet Goat.
It was ironically, if you give a mouse a cookie, they're gonna invade your country under false pretenses,
Yeah.
and that's what happened. That's exactly what happened, man. We
When it comes to American imperialism, we really are a hungry, hungry caterpillar.
ooh, and we never fucking turn into a butterfly. That's
Yeah.
it. We just become a grosser, uglier caterpillar.
Yeah, we've just been in a cocoon in the Middle East for the last 20 years.
Yikes. What's gonna happen, man? What's the what truly? What does the future have in store for the United States?
Nuclear war.
Oh no, really?
I don't know.
Zelensky said that the world is going to end or something. I'm paraphrasing, but something to that effect.
No, that's the Mayans, Bobby. The Mayans said.
Oh, sorry, I mispronounced. I mispronounced
Jesus,
Mayans.
but Matt, where'd you find this guy?
I can't believe I got the pronunciation so wrong.
Yeah. See, now you know what it's like to be corrected by a child. Your pronunciation. Oh man,
Sucks.
yeah, it was humbling. Like, cause all the kids came around and just bullied every single one of the moves I would make. You just have like a kid who knows way more about chess and openings and all this stuff.
Yeah.
and I had no idea that it was
Dang.
going.
Hold on.
It's all about the game and how you play it. All about control. And if you can take it, all about your debt. And if you can pay it, it's all about pain. And who's gonna make it?
Now we got it, dude. There we go. Perfect.
We're ready.
Now we got it. No, okay. It's impossible to fuck it up this time.
We are unstoppable.
Now we are.
Nothing can stop us besides realizing midway through the podcast we may not be recording it correctly.
Yeah, but now we absolutely know for very, very, very sure There's, you know what? That's part of the charm too.
Yeah.
I like that. We constantly fuck up and then we unfuck it up.
Yeah. We're just goofballs.
We're goofballs. We're a couple New York City goofballs doing
Do
what
what New York City goofballs do.
Damn. Okay, now we do have it.
Yeah.
Now, already the sound looks better.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, Bobby and I visited Grant's tomb this week.
Wait, when?
Sunday, when you were at my apartment, actually.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because you were recording Snack Attack.
That was a great use of my time.
Yeah. With my roommates, Ben Miller and Mark Henley.
Yeah.
Yeah, look out for that eventually when that comes out.
It's gonna, I believe when it drops is what you're looking for?
Yes, when it drops. Yeah, you judged snacks, I think it is.
I judged a snack.
You judged a snack.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like a cook-off.
Yeah.
But it turned out that Mark Henley would just give Ben Miller an ingredient to include in a treat, and then he would make that, and that's it.
Yeah, that's as cool as Grant's tomb.
That's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, Matt was at Grant's tomb.
Yeah.
All right.
There's
I
no
didn't-
eating at Grant's tomb. I assume we
Really?
didn't try.
What did we do?
We didn't try to eat in Grant's tomb.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, you probably can't.
Yeah.
Why not?
It'd be interesting to try. You know what I mean?
I'd like to eat in Julia Grant's tomb.
Oh, my
Ooh.
man.
Hubba,
Hell yeah,
hubba.
They are buried together.
Oh.
That's why. So he's buried in Harlem. There's a whole like building and everything.
That's gentrification.
Grant's what?
A white guy in Harlem, my dude. Let me tell you something. The brothers are buried in Harlem. I don't need no white ass general burying him mutton chop having ass up in Harlem. Lord, 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 get this general out of Harlem. Hey everyone, welcome to Locker Room Talk.
Yeah, it was weird. That guy was actually outside the tomb, but
Yeah, complaining,
just one lone protester.
complaining, man.
Yeah, it's it's very funny because Grant like crushed the Ku Klux Klan and like helped black people get the right to vote. So it's very funny that today be like, not you, General Grant, out of my neighborhood.
Yeah.
But yeah, he so all like military generals generally are buried in military cemeteries or in D.C.
Okay.
But Grant insisted on being buried with his wife, and at the time they wouldn't allow women to be buried in military military cemeteries.
Makes sense, dude. Get out of here, bitch. Military kitchen cemetery. Is that a way?
Which I did make a similar joke to that to the tour guide when we were there, actually.
Yeah, Jesus, man.
Great minds.
Well, yeah, the guy said, told us that story, and he said women weren't allowed to be buried at the time. And I looked at Bobby, and I said, yeah, and they still wouldn't if we had it our way. The guy laughed. He knew I was joking.
He laughed as his eyes dart around looking for an exit.
There was a pause, and I went, "What are you doing?" And then you went, "I'm joking," and then he laughed.
Yeah.
So I'm not. Basically, I don't think he's coming on the podcast.
He could. And we should hear his side of the story.
Yeah. Settle this.
Yeah.
But Matt, see, that's the difference
yeah.
between you and me, Matt, is that you will do those bits to anybody, and I keep them for the boys. You know what I mean?
Well, I felt like he was one of the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should be willing to put
He
it
was
on.
wearing a park ranger uniform. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He was going to risk it all for that bit, dude.
Yeah. Well, there was no one else there. Also,
Well, there was a security guy.
Yeah, but he was far enough away. I don't think he was able to hear.
He was chilling, dude. He was
Yeah.
fine with
Well,
it.
and Grant and Julia were there.
Grant and Julia were there. Yeah.
That's scary, man. Would
Yeah.
you
They're not
be-
even buried there. The that's where the joke "Who's buried at Grant's tomb" comes from. Nobody. You know.
Why
Yeah,
isn't
not-
anyone buried there?
The coffins are like on the bottom floor, but they're big, like they're exact. How much bigger than a coffin do you think those things are?
They're pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they're not buried, so you could just. Matt wanted to ask the guide what the bodies look like, but then you forgot.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask, like, if they do anything to do they ever open it and do anything to the bodies, or have they just not those coffins not been opened in like 100 years?
You fucking do it, fucking fluff his dick and fucking make sure her pussy, make sure her pussy is still sealed.
Yeah.
Make sure no one defiles Grant's wife's pussy.
When a woman dies, they re-zip your hymen.
Yeah. That way you can enter the afterlife repure.
Right.
Yeah.
God only lets virgins into heaven. Who else is gonna fuck the 9/11 guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, those Greeks had it all wrong, putting a coin over your eye like an idiot. But make sure you have a sealed pussy.
What did they do? What was the coin over the eye thing?
For to the ferryman in the River Styx, Charon, the riverman.
I don't know this at all.
In Greek mythology, maybe you fucking wasted your time reading about real events. You should have fucking been reading about pretend shit like me.
I don't know much Greek mythology. I know some of it. My like, whole dad's side of the family is Greek. We like traced it back. The island that my family came from was like a Spartan territory. So there's like a 50-50 chance that I have Spartan blood. The other
I'd say
chance
100 chance.
Well, the other chance would be I was came from the people who were on the island who were taken over by the Spartans.
I'm either a Spartan warrior or the descendant of a rape victim of a Spartan.
Basically.
I was either a big tough rapist or only the one who got raped by the creme de la creme.
Either way, he would be part of both.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, so yeah, either way, then I would have Spartan blood.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Bobby, excellent.
Hell yeah.
I think about rape a lot, dude.
Wait, not. Yeah. Okay. All right. Unless it was this. Your descendants were two slaves that were forced to have sex in front of a Spartan who decided to then jerk off in the corner.
There was a Spartan cock who forced my ancestors to have children, and that's where I came from.
That way, your retarded descendant will think he's a Spartan. The ultimate Spartan revenge.
But yeah, what was the Greek mythology? The river. What was it
Just
you were talking
when
about?
you die, you got to cross the river Styx in Hades, and a ferryman will take you across.
Haiti was over in Greece back then?
Yeah, dude.
That's wild.
It's what, dude?
So
something
black
else.
people actually reverse gentrified Haiti.
Yeah, man. you pay the ferryman, and some black soul's like, man, all these white people coming down to Hades, man.
He's like, I ain't gonna pay no ferry,
I
man.
ain't paying no damn ferryman. I'm walking across this damn river Styx. Because let's be real, they're not going to swim.
Yeah.
You know. Hey, these are just bits.
Just a little.
I'm looking at a non-existent camera. I'm pointing at a non-existent camera. Bobby looked over at that. That's how deep my commitment to it was.
I really did look over
Yeah.
thinking that I might see a camera.
Bobby was there for a minute. Bobby
Yeah.
was there.
Who was what's the coins over the eyes? That's what gives you the ability to cross the river walk.
I just it's helped you create a shortcut. So like your
Okay.
family would put coins over your eyes when you die.
Jews do that too.
Yeah, no, they take coins from your pocket
They take
when you're
coins.
dead.
Jews have dig up all the Greek graves and take the coins over their eyes.
I hope you can
That
swim,
is
my friend.
Yeah, that and usury. That's how they got to the top position they are in today.
Yep.
Oh, hey, hey.
That's a compliment. I think that's pretty cool what the Jews are
Hey,
doing.
I think it's way fucking cool.
I think it's pretty cool that the Jews run the media, the banks, and the weather.
Yeah.
Is that okay to say? Is it anti-Semitic if you think it's cool that they run everything?
No, I think as long as you're giving a compliment, like, oh, I think it's cool that you have a higher participation rate in crime. Like, that is nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
so what
yeah.
a fucking... Hey, excellent
That's
work.
tough.
Yeah.
I think it's cool not to pay your child support.
Yeah. Guys, we shouldn't be joking about Chinese people like this.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yikes.
Especially with Joe being of Japanese ancestry. Don't
Yeah,
you think
dude.
you've treated them poorly enough?
Yeah, I guess I really dishonored them.
I want to go to Japan, dude. That seems like fun because
You want
want
to buy some panties out of a vending machine?
Well, yeah, and I'm not going to do it in New York City.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because they're all just from China anyway.
You want to go to that suicide forest?
Yeah, or any forest will do, really.
Well, I mean, like that. There's like a forest that has like a proportionately high rate of suicide.
Yeah.
I think any forest a stand-up comedian goes to is a suicide forest.
Matthew, please.
But you know, like Japan just seems so different, but it's also a first world country. You know,
Like
it's
if
the
you're
best
in
of both worlds.
Tokyo's like one of the most crowded cities in the world.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a future
Yeah.
city, Tokyo.
I think we were looking up like the most populated cities in the world.
Hmm.
Like Tokyo and Mexico City are like 2 of the top ones.
Mamma
Yeah.
mia.
And then other ones are like 3 of the top 10 are in China.
Yuck.
Yeah, big one in Bangladesh.
Yeah,
Couple in
Bangladesh.
India.
That
yeah.
sucks, man. It should be like a country with white people.
That's actually how the list ended. It was like, you got to do better, white people.
Yeah.
White people do better.
White
Have
people
more kids.
do better.
Yeah, dear
Yeah.
white people, have more kids.
Why do you want to go to Japan?
It just because it seems so different, but it's like also safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone follows the rules in Japan.
Yeah,
That's enough for Bobby.
yeah, dude. They have no one gets on the train before letting everybody off. That's a real nice thing.
Really?
You know? So if I went to they're like super like rule followers. I think that's like what Joe meant.
I do know
but-
there was a thing for a while. I don't know if it's true anymore with like Japanese wrestling crowds that they were always very polite.
Mm-hmm.
So like you wouldn't get like the cheers and boos. You would just get like claps,
Well,
and it was
that's
like
hilarious.
a difficult thing to be able to work the crowd for
Yeah.
wrestlers who went over there.
That's
I dishonor all of your family, and I will not sell you fish at the fish market. And like, oh,
There's also
Kabuki-chan.
there's also the big Japanese dating app Samurai.
I really, really like you. How about you come back to my place and I eat sushi off of your naked body?
This is from the Japanese version of the game.
What else is it for? Yeah.
Yeah.
What else would I play, dude?
I don't know. I guess there's like the islands of Japan where there's like volcanoes and stuff. That could be interesting. I don't know because I've lived in New York my whole life. I don't want to go to another city.
Oh, see, yeah,
Yeah.
you're all on this anti-city kick. I love
Yeah.
cities, dude.
Yeah.
So, listen, cities, you never get eaten by an animal. You know what I'm saying?
You can get eaten by rats.
I think I'd have to be dead for a few days before I get eaten by rats.
I don't think so, dude. I think you just need to fall on the fucking subway tracks and then like they'll start crawling all over you. And you'll be like, oh, God, help! Oh, God, help! And everyone's like, don't touch him. He's covered in rats. And, like, he'll reach his hand out, but his hand will be like a skeleton because that's how fast. Rats can strip the skin off a human body in 5 minutes.
Are you thinking of piranhas?
Same thing.
The piranhas of the land.
Yeah, the piranhas of the subway. Watch out.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so comfortable in cities. You know, I could reason my way out of getting like attacked by a crackhead.
Yeah.
Can't reason my way out of getting mauled by a bear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think because I've been in the city my entire life, I romanticize the idea of just like being in such a small town. But if I was there for a few weeks, I'd get bored. I think I need something in between.
Yeah. I'm from a small town, and you know, I did it for like 20 years, and now
Yeah.
I'm done. You know what I
What
mean?
small town were you from before?
I'm from the Hudson Valley, New York. 3,200 people.
Wow, just
Yeah,
a
man.
tiny little place.
Yeah.
Tiny widow place.
Yeah, little place, dude.
Yeah, last year a friend of mine got married in Colorado. We were an hour outside of Denver.
How
just in the-
romantic.
just in the mountains, and I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. Why would anyone ever live in a city?
It's you kind of feel that way, but you can get bored with that.
Yeah, I
living.
think eventually I would have gotten bored.
Yeah.
But it is nice that that's like not that far away. Like if you live in Denver or near Denver, it's like you could be near a city, but then also that's not that far away.
I like nature for about a half hour. You know what I mean?
I can go a few days. I can go more than a half hour. But I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I just never seen nature. I also never prioritized traveling. I just like went for a friend's wedding. And all of a sudden was like, why have I never like left New York or even gone to upstate New York much? Like, why don't I do stuff like this all the time?
Yeah.
it's not bad. It's nice to visit. I'd hate to live there though.
Yeah.
it's good to get away.
I went on like a big anti-New York City thing. I was like, I was with
Dude,
Bobby.
it was
yeah.
it was exhausting.
Yikes!
I was imagine being on a bus with this asshole for 5 hours, and
We
he's
went
just
to
like,
DC.
Yeah, we went when we went to DC. He was like, and this sucks about New York, and this after a while, and it's funny because you're from here and I'm not, but after a while, I was like, hey, what the fuck, man? That's the city I live in. Fuck you.
I love New York. I love this fucking city.
Kind of like how I'm
Mamma mia.
Jewish, so I can say the Holocaust didn't happen. I'm
Right,
from New
right,
York,
right, yeah.
so
I'm
Yeah.
from New York. The Holocaust didn't happen.
I was on everything. I was
Although
like,
to be fair, like 8 million minus 6 million, that's pretty sweet. Can you imagine how great Manhattan would be with 2 million people?
A lot of podcast studios will be available for us. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
I was on the run. I was all about how Central Park is a fake racist park.
How is it fake? Because they displaced all those black families to build it.
Yeah, and they also
Is that a
benefit,
Robert
dude.
Moses thing?
and the what?
Robert Moses?
What about Robert Moses?
Was that his Central Park? Is that his thing?
I don't know.
Who?
I don't think so.
No, it was
Robert-
just like it was just a small little, almost like a small town, city, almost like a borough.
Oh, the
In Manhattan,
there was Seneca
Central Park.
Village
Yeah.
was the like thriving black community. There was
Yeah.
like post Civil War that was actually doing really well, and then a bunch of like politicians in New York were like, it'd be pretty nice if we had a park. There's no nature here. It's kind of ugly. So let's make a park.
Sick.
And I was also. This is also when I was working security over the winter for defending the tree in Rockefeller Center, and I was just around tourists nonstop. If you're in Midtown around tourists all day, it'll make you hate New York City.
Well, it will make you hate tourists. It won't make you hate New York.
Well, because all these people are like, "Oh my God, it's incredible! We're seeing this tree." I'm like, you can go somewhere else where there's actually trees.
Yeah, anonymous, non-famous trees.
Yeah, dude. Or we can see the best, most beautiful tree in the fucking world right here in
it's
Rockefeller
secular
Center.
Mecca. That's what it is.
Yeah, dude. New York fucking rules, man. I love New York.
Remember when we had we ate pasta and I got like a skid mark at the end of it? God damn, dude. I think I have fucking actually IBS or something.
I might be lactose intolerant. I hate that.
Yeah, another thing you're intolerant of.
Yeah.
That's wild.
But I don't get it. I love lactose. Why would I be intolerant of it?
So where would you? So you basically live in
Africa.
Basically. I basically live in Africa.
Yeah, man. So you live in New York because you want to do comedy, but if comedy, like say comedy doesn't exist anymore, where do you go? Do you go to Colorado?
Maybe. I don't know. When I graduated college, I started doing stand-up in college. My plan was I was wrestling. So my plan was to maybe go to grad school somewhere down south or go down south because there were a lot of southern wrestling promotions that I never got a chance to work at. And so I was very much like I want to be out of New York even back then. And I stayed in New York to do comedy. And I feel like I would need a city. But I think if I could just be in a city and then get away a lot, that might also work.
Yeah.
Or like spend winters somewhere else or a month somewhere else.
That wants to
year.
be a snowbird.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Winters in New York suck. You don't have to be
Yeah.
like anti-New York City to think that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind like November through February maybe being in like the West Coast.
Yeah. Or like a couple of weeks a year just going somewhere else. Even like times where I'm like, I don't have anything to do, and it was one day last week, it was super warm weather, I'm just walking through the city, and I'm just looking around, I'm like, it's just, there's too many people around for me to feel relaxed.
Too many damn people.
Yeah. Even if you're walking through Central Park, it's nicer than the rest of the city, but it's like Stockholm Syndrome. It's like, it's nice for the city. It's like my abusive boyfriend didn't beat me on this day, so I think that it's a great relationship.
Ooh, but that is a great relationship.
That's how Valentine's Day.
Hey,
is.
Matt, let's not get ahead of ourselves. That sounds pretty damn good. All right.
To not hit your woman.
For one day?
For one day, they must feel like a queen for that day. They must feel like the most beautiful, most invincible woman on the face of the earth,
Do you
dude.
domestic abusers do like how there's like a no shave November for Women's History Month? They're like, don't beat my wife, Women's History Month.
Yeah, dude. You just
Make it February, so it's the shortest month.
Well, that's Black History Month, so
Yeah.
that's like for a month I don't be racist. And
Yeah, it can't be the same month because you got to get your aggression out somehow.
exactly.
you gotta. It's certainly not going to be March 1st. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, March 1st comes around, and they're like, finally, I can start saying colored again, but but I gotta stop beating my wife. Once April comes around, it'll be like, April Fools, you thought I was a good person? You're beating your girlfriend. Like, this is for all the Mexicans taking our jobs.
All this displaced anger just comes back.
You know, if you're a dude that hits your girlfriend, you actually are proud of yourself when you don't hit her. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
It has to be like, you must be like so narcissistic that you're
Oh,
like,
Bobby, why are you trying to pretend as if it's a hypothetical? You feel great when you don't do.
I'm speaking in the second person so people can relate to me.
You know
Or
what I
whatever-
bet
yeah.
would make these guys feel really good is those days where they don't beat their girlfriend, and they probably say to themselves, Bobby or any guy whose name it is, you did a good thing today.
Honestly, that's how everybody is with bad habits. When you have like a horrible habit, it's like when I was in college, I was like, oh my God, I handed this paper in on time. I actually did the homework assignment. And it's like, that's why am I proud of myself for doing the thing you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
That's just like beating your girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
That's the exact same thing.
That's what you're supposed to do. What do you want, a cookie? Should I do the rest of the bit now?
Do the whole bit.
Yeah.
Do the classic bit of his.
Yeah, stand up and start pacing back and forth, Bobby.
What's the difference between black people and...
And what?
Let's play the Triple H music again.
It's all about. Don't you mean the Booker T theme song?
The Booker T.
It is sort of
So
funny
can
that
you dig it, sucker?
That
That's the difference between black people and suckers.
every time black people
Hulk
have a
Hogan,
good
we coming
time-
for you, sucker.
One of the greatest all-time wrestling clips. Have you ever seen that, Bobby?
No, what is it?
Booker T is doing like an interview, and he's trash talking Hulk Hogan, and he ends up by saying, "Hulk Hogan, we coming for you," and drops the N-word.
Oh, by mistake, or
Yeah, he's just like so into the trash talk.
yeah,
he
yeah,
just
yeah.
drops the N-word, and you see him immediately like put his hands up, like, "Oh shit, I fucked up." Meanwhile, Sherry Martell's like the woman who's his manager, full on stays in character, doesn't break. Just this like white girl in a dress behind him, like, "Yeah, that's my Booker T."
I felt like he was speaking through me. God damn, that rules.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
dude.
need to watch that right now.
Bring back old school wrestling.
Yeah, when guys accidentally said the N-word on TV.
Oh, so it was live. I guess.
accidentally.
or when Vince McMahon did on purpose. Vince
Good
McMahon-
job, John Cena.
John Cena was playing the white rapper, and Vince McMahon goes up to him and calls him the N-word to like be the old out of touch guy who's trying to be cool, and then walks right past Booker T, who's looking at him like, "Tell me he didn't just say that."
So
And then everyone, it was like funny because that's like his catchphrase. So it's like,
yeah,
was he
like
really
a
bad?
it was like a comedy bit, but it is funny that like the old white man would say the N-word, and the black man's response would be to say his catchphrase that he says on TV.
First of all, the fact that like Vince McMahon is like, "Oh, I'm gonna play the white out of touch white guy," and then does an out of touch white guy thing.
Yeah.
That rules.
Yeah.
He knows his market.
Yeah.
He actually just did like an interview today. He never does interviews. Well, we're recording this the day that the interview happened.
Nice.
He was on the Pat McAfee show.
Okay.
Like an hour and a half. I just watched it earlier today of Vince just like actually as Vince, because he never does these like just normal one-on-one interviews. So you've only ever seen him on TV as Mr. McMahon demanding that Trish Stratus get on all fours and bark like a dog for him, making William Regal
this guy
kiss
sounds
his ass,
pretty chill.
making William Regal kiss his ass on live television.
my ass. Oh, but didn't he do like a one with Bob Costas and he kind of got into like a Vince McMahon?
Yeah, that was the last one he did.
He was like,
Bob-
"You little worm.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea who I am?"
Bob Costas asking a question, and he's like, "Oh, you're looking at your little papers there," and smacks the papers out of his hand.
What are you doing? Looking at those papers.
And apparently Bob Costas tells the story that after the interview, Vince shakes his hand and he's like, "Good stuff there, right?" He talks in this interview with Pat McAfee about how he just loves confrontation. Like from the time he was a kid, he just loves like getting into it with people.
That's weird. Imagine
Yeah.
what a weird little mental tick he has.
Yeah, that's-
you know he's killed someone.
probably.
Yeah. Probably did like a torture thing. Probably gives him a chub. I mean, this is all speculation, folks.
Right.
Don't fucking get me in trouble. Don't come at me being like, do I know for sure? Absolutely not. Do I think anyone that's made over $1 million has killed somebody? Absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
You're kind of a nerd if you don't, because
Yeah.
you could get away with it.
Yeah, dude, I'm just a fucking poor piece of shit. That's why I haven't taken a human life.
Yeah.
The minute I start making some bank, folks, that's why I'm keeping that Patreon off. All right? Because otherwise I'll go mad with fucking power Start killing people like
is-
every other fucking rich piece of shit does.
It is always wild to me what Joe decides to go, oh, you know what? I shouldn't say that, even if it's jokingly. Like, because he did just, like, do a black voice. He'll do a Chris Rock bit. But then he's like, well, I don't want anyone to think I really mean it when I'm talking shit about Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
No,
McMahon. You think I'm actually gonna talk shit on Vince McMahon? No chance in hell. Oh, he did Opie and Anthony, dude. Vince McMahon would always call into Opie and Anthony.
He did Howard Stern back in the day.
Yeah, Vince McMahon rules, dude.
Yeah. But the Pat McAfee thing is more similar to the Opie and Anthony or the Howard Stern thing, where it's just like you're just seeing like the human being Vince McMahon. Because Pat McAfee, he was a punter in the NFL, and now he has like his own podcast. So he'll get former NFL players and just talk to them like people. So he's not like grilling them necessarily. It's almost like the way when Rogan has people on, they're just kind of talking.
Yeah.
So you actually get to see the person's personality. McAfee does that with athletes, and he gets like interviews out of athletes that nobody else will. So like Aaron Rodgers goes on his show all the time. That's when he started saying all this anti-vax stuff on Pat McAfee's
That's
show.
fucking funny, dude.
And but yeah, then you'll see all these like ESPN and all these other networks are like taking clips from Pat McAfee's show. Just this punter who started off at Barstool, who's like a nobody, and these guys have been working in journalism for 30 years, and every athlete's like, yeah, I'd rather talk to the punter because he's like cool and you guys are assholes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather have a nice time with my friends and have it happen to be filmed than talk to a fucking nerd and be in trouble.
Exactly.
You know?
So what did Mr. McMahon have to say about the pitiful state of WWE not having bra and panty matches?
Oh, he did. That's what. You know what? I'm disappointed in the interview. Pat McAfee did not ask him about bra and panties matches, but he did.
All I would ask.
Yeah,
about,
because let
bro.
me tell you something. There's some tasty little numbers in the fucking WWE right now.
Yeah, they're.
Who would you have sex with, Matt? Who would you fucking like? You know, she's in the women's locker room getting ready for a big match. All of a sudden, the door locks. The outline of Matt Marin is standing there. Terror's rising in her eyes, and whose eyes are those, Matt? Who is it?
I think normally these conversations are like, who do you think is the hottest girl in WWE?
What's that,
like,
Matt? What are you writing on that?
Who would you want to terrifyingly sexually assault in the WWE?
Ooh, how about the who's the Lolita one?
Lolita?
Yeah.
No, you mean Alexa Bliss, who's looked like a little girl, kind
Yeah.
of. Yeah, you're
That
thinking
one,
of
right,
Alexa
Matt?
Bliss.
Alexa
Right?
Bliss.
I mean, not me, but you for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess she looks. She's been doing like the Harley Quinn costume.
Well, now she's back. Now she's like, I'm cured. So it's
Yeah.
like a hybrid thing.
okay.
Yeah. But I think
She's very
yeah.
attractive. Becky Lynch is very hot.
Charlotte Flair got
Do
some
any
good
of-
work done, so she's
Yeah.
hot now.
Do any
Yeah.
of them have like massive titties? Because I know
They
they're
all
all
have
athletes.
They all have massive titties
all
now.
okay.
A lot of them do. A lot of them, not as much now, but back in the day, it was like a thing where they had to get boob jobs.
If you don't get nice big bouncy titties, you're fired.
Fake titties aren't usually very bouncy. They're usually kind of stiff.
Now, this day and age, now they put stem cells in them. They fucking jiggle like a bowl full of jelly,
Okay.
like
Really?
Saint Nicholas's veritable tummy. They jiggle.
The woman goes in and is like, "Can you give me Santa's tummy on my chest?"
Hell yeah. Two,
like, yeah.
two Santas.
You got the Buddha belly. You got the
Yeah.
Santa belly. What kind of jiggle do you like in your titty?
Ever play with the girl's boobs? Be like, "This is like a bowl full of jelly."
Ho ho ho!
She's a ho ho ho.
Damn, man, I'm feeling great, dude.
Yeah. What'd you do this week, Joe?
Fucking kicked it, man. Just
Yeah.
fucking hung out, dude. How about you, man?
Good. We went to Grant's tomb.
Gay little Grant.
That was
Got
fun.
my-
Then we went to a diner.
Yes, went to a diner.
Now tell me about the diner. Now that I'm into.
Yeah.
No slaves getting free from our diner meal. So it's not controversial.
Yeah, tell Joe about what we ate at the diner while he sings slave hymns under it.
Okay, so well, I like to get breakfast food.
Oh, I
Darn.
love breakfast food at a
Yeah.
diner.
Bow now, now, now. I got a hamburger deluxe. No tomato. Got a glass of water, some Diet Coke.
I got a decaf coffee. Just the idea that they were playing blues in the field. Fucking rules.
I guess that's not a slave hymn, but that's just the first.
Yeah,
tune
you're
that
off
came
by
to
about
mind.
100 years.
Yeah, that
Close
tune
enough,
came to
dude.
mind.
They were just a slave for the record company.
There's fucking. There's some dumbass unironically making that a point right now.
Fucking some retard on the internet did this. You hear about this? What happened?
Some mumble rap in the field. I'm in the field doing cotton.
Hey, motherfucker, getting cotton, man. Getting cotton, putting cotton in here, man.
Well, first of all, that rhymed way too much.
Oh, damn, dude. I guess I'm too naturally talented.
I've been
for
listening
mumble
to
rap.
drill. Do you guys know this?
What is this?
No, I love your involvement in black culture, though. It's so fascinating.
I just want to be accepted.
What?
You
So
know I mean?
what you? That is funny because like you like rap.
I do. I love
You know,
Only white rappers, though.
Yeah.
that's fun. Like the Beastie
Half a drink.
Boys.
Yeah, drill is like it's like the new gangster rap, but
Okay.
I might be okay. So I might just be old now, but I think it sucks. I think
Well.
it's music for literal retards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like I mean, it's all like, oh, you're from this set, I'm gonna kill you, and that's fun. Like, dude, Tupac's
yeah.
hit him up, that's fun.
Yeah.
Who shot ya? The great music, but the thing about it is, like, it was like clever at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is like straight up like they're rapping, but their rhyming is just saying the N-word as the last word for each line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they'll be
Perfect.
like, yeah, I went up to this and I did this, buddy, and then I saw you and I went, hell no, buddy.
Sucker.
Yeah, sucker.
This episode, it's sucker.
Yeah.
Each episode will come up with a different word to say instead
Yeah,
of the N-word.
seriously.
Oh,
Next
what
episode is going to be Bobby.
what a delicate line we're walking, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's real awkward because you would offer like a little kid a sucker.
Ooh.
You know, like, oh, do you want a sucker? Because you know how much little kids love suckers.
Hey, little kid. I got something for you. That's what Matt will say. Hey, little boy, reach into my pocket. I have something sweet for you.
Dude, you're so good at impressions.
Yeah, I guess I'm the impression guy in this fucking podcast.
That's what the people want.
Yeah. Oh, yikes.
He does a good impression of a Native American.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, right. I do this. I get kicked out of my own house. It's like every time. It's called Red Man's Curse. I've been kicked off my land yet again. Yeah, that was.
You know, there's like a Native American guy that hits his wife all the time, and then finally she's like, "I want you to get out of my house. I have a restraining order." And he's like, "Really? You are gonna take my land?" That's happened somewhere in the United States.
Yeah, or there was like a Native American's wife who like went to the U.S. government and like, okay, I know you guys are great at this. Can you just kick one more off of his land?
Yeah, dude.
Yikes.
Damn. So March is officially Don't Hit Your Girlfriend month.
Yeah, it's Don't Hit Your Girlfriend month.
Okay.
That's insane. Come on, really?
Well, it's not. Can it be like, you know, like on Lent? You know, Catholics, they celebrate Lent. They don't like eat chocolate for 40 days. But like the priest will tell them like, okay, but today you can because it's.
Well, maybe like giving up hitting your wife for Lent.
Yeah,
but then,
okay.
But that's 40 days. That's longer than a month.
So
When do, is
we're not
Lent-
supposed to work on the Sabbath, right? So
Yeah, keep the Sabbath holy.
So Saturday or Sunday, folks, whenever you think the Sabbath is,
Yeah.
then you can hit your wife because it's work not to. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yes.
And then that is only 30 days.
Yeah, kick
I think
back,
that-
beat your wife, have a good time.
Yeah, have a couple brews, wear your wife beater. That's actually where it comes from.
Does Lent start after St. Patrick's Day?
No.
Because that may be a time when you want to hit your wife, is what I'm
No,
saying.
you want to be hitting your wife on St. Patrick's Day. It's after Ash Wednesday, so we're in Lent now.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ash Wednesday was just this past Wednesday.
Yeah, isn't that insane?
Yeah, that people still, as the Jews call it, the day when they put the schmutz on their forehead.
Yeah.
Well, mine was like a little swastika. I don't know if I don't know what kind of bit the priest was.
Remember
fucking
that you're
playing.
from the Reich, and the Reich you shall return.
Yeah, I
It's a
was
joke for the
celebrating Ash
Catholics
Wednesday,
out
but I got carried away and just did blackface.
Yeah.
No, I was just taking Ash Wednesday very seriously.
I heard of Ash Wednesday, but this is crazy.
How about Ashy Wednesday, where you just don't lube up for one day?
Yeah, if you're black, every Wednesday is Ashy Wednesday.
There you go.
There it is.
We fucking did it, dude.
No, you're black people. You're on notice.
Hey, we got a fan from the Ukraine.
I saw that.
Yeah, we did our analytics, and it looks like we're pretty big in the United States.
Yeah.
You know,
Huge in the Ukraine.
huge in the Ukraine.
Isn't that awesome, man? Like, people are probably fucking blasting this podcast while they're killing Russians, dude. Like, they have like a fucking sniper. They're fucking unloading on those Russian U-boats.
They're just blasting this in the POW camps as like torture.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's inspiring the Ukrainian soldiers to remember what they're fighting for.
I like that. Okay, let's vodka sucks. Vodka sucks.
Well, that's because you don't drink anything.
I don't drink.
I don't
anything.
like vodka either, though.
No, I never did. No, when
I drank it all the
didn't
time in college. And I think I just got so sick of it that I can't
It's
even.
not fun. You know what I mean?
It has this like a rough taste to it.
I prefer like whiskey because
I prefer whiskey also, but I like vodka. Well, when I was in college, all of like the kids who like lived in my dorm that I partied with were all Russians, so it was like vodka or nothing. But they didn't even necessarily get Russian vodka.
Are you cutting all contact now?
He doesn't have a choice.
Just let
Actually,
them know you're sanctioning them.
next week I am going to a friend's wedding in Texas, and he is Russian.
Ugh.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
He asked me
That's
to
a big
speak at-
yikes for me.
He asked me to speak at the wedding too. I hope I can get a good tape out
Yeah,
of it.
okay. How about here we go, dude. You get up there, you start reading We the People. In order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, ensure the general welfare, and secure these blessings of liberty for ourselves and our prosperity, do ordain and establish this Constitution of these United States of America. Hell yeah, dude. See, I'm not the only... I know fucking...
And then I take off my suit, and underneath is a Ukraine shirt.
Hell yeah, dude. Nice.
Some people made to wave the flag. Oh, the red, white, and blue.
But yeah, all my Russian friends in college will all have different kinds of vodka. They'd have like Norwegian vodka.
Okay.
So yeah, but I also
Mike's Hard Vodka?
is there Mike's Hard Vodka?
No.
No, and but we actually got Mike's Hard Lemonade as a bit, like, look at us manly men getting Mike's Hard Lemonade, and then we started drinking it and slowly had to acknowledge that we actually thought it was delicious.
It is fucking delicious, dude. It really is.
Yeah, because it tastes sweet, man.
Yeah.
But you drink 6 of those, you get sick, and not from the alcohol, but from the fucking sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why would you drink alcohol when you get have a delicious Pepsi or Coke? Or Shirley Temple?
That's a message from the new temperance podcast, Locker Room Talk.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Dude, you shouldn't drink because drunkenness leads to being less racist.
Yeah.
Less
We can't have that.
racist?
Yeah, we can't have that.
I'm against that. I'm morally against that.
Yeah. Drunkenness also leads to not raping women. Yeah. Drunkenness makes you a better person. No, I remember when I was in college, my friend whose wedding I'm going to next week told me he's, since he graduated college, he's allergic to Jack Daniels because of how much he drank with me in college.
That's wild.
Because I built up like a big tolerance. Like I'm a big guy too, but my Russian friend, 6'6" Russian, was my college roommate. So drinking with a 6'6" Russian will get your tolerance up real quick.
Oh, damn. I'd imagine. Fuck.
Damn, dude, you're probably invading, like, neighboring dorm rooms and shit.
Yep.
Ooh, nice. Maddie. Wink.
Wink, wink. What was your like partying in college life like, Joe?
I stayed in the dorms freshman year, and that's when I my first drink was Captain Morgan spiced rum.
First drink, like in college, was your first drink ever?
My first drink ever, and
You
it was
never
also in
drank
college.
before
That is
college.
so surprising.
Yeah.
I thought you were drinking since you were 14.
Hell no, dude. I didn't.
I
Start
think you were drinking since you were mom was pregnant with you.
And she didn't even want to, dude.
Yeah.
You were just like, jonesing for it as an embryo.
Yeah. No, it was because we lived in Texas at the time, and that was the only way to get her out, to get me out. She's like, I'm gonna get rid of this fucking future. She's like, I'm gonna get rid of this fucking future retard in the most delicious way possible.
Yeah.
Cracked open a couple of Budweisers, the baby killer, and I held on, dude. I held on.
I have in my head the Budweiser files going, kill that baby.
Let her choose.
Roe versus Wade.
This podcast is brought to you by Bud Light.
Man, we are in a goofy mood today, fellas.
Yeah.
We gotta relax. We gotta take it easy. Someone could get hurt. What if somebody listens to this podcast, gets radicalized, and says, "You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put a bullet in Biden's head." You know?
Yeah,
we might be to blame, dude. They download their podcast history. What? It's us. What else? Red Scare. That's it.
See, as we're doing it, I'm trying to think what are the things that I could pull out as clips to post online after, and all I've got are all the ones that we definitely can't do that for.
What? Why?
Well, the multiple ones where you threaten the life of the president probably won't make it.
What are you talking about? I'm saying this other person who would listen to us and know exactly what we're implying.
Right? Yeah.
That's good. Damn, it's like.
But if you play the podcast backwards, Joe is saying take the bullet out of Joe Biden's brain.
Yeah. No, actually, if you play the podcast backwards, it's just "Let's Go Brandon" for an hour.
Okay.
Nice, dude.
The new Kid Rock song.
Dude, can you imagine being unironically excited about saying "Let's go, Brandon"?
I do think it's very funny, but then it became like way too overdone.
I think it's the right wing version of like, remember when Trump was president and people on Twitter were like, "Oh, say 45,
Or
don't
how about
say Trump."
or Drumpf.
Yeah,
remember that?
yeah. It's so fucking cringy.
And we're like, oh, we're gonna get this piece of shit. And now like now we're just being on the equal end of people being fucking retarded.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
and
do you know the origin of where "Let's Go Brandon" came from?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's fun. That's like a funny
Yeah.
story. But like, if you're gonna wear a shirt that says "Let's go, Brandon," you should probably kill yourself.
Yeah,
or at
there's-
least wear
I
a
mean-
fucking swastika, dude.
Yeah.
Be
Well,
cool.
I mean, to me, it's
Be
more
edgy.
like
Yeah, swastikas.
Sid Vicious in the Sex Pistols.
Yeah, swastikas look cool. Saying "Let's go, Brandon" looks stupid.
To me,
'cause
it's
like
more
wink,
like-
wink, nudge,
Yeah.
nudge. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, we do because we're all adults.
Yeah, it's more like when Trump had COVID and people would say like, "I hope he dies," but star out certain letters.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you couldn't get kicked off Twitter for
Yeah.
saying, "I hope he
It's so
dies."
cringy,
because
but-
saying "fuck Joe Biden," people could be like taken off of certain platforms potentially, or like get a strike
Yeah,
against
but
you.
let's be real, dude. Fuck Joe Biden, man. that guy's fucking touching all these little fucking girls, dude. Save some for the rest of the pedophiles in DC. Biden. There's a lot of hungry politicians that need to have their quote unquote wheels greased. If you catch my drift.
That's why things are so messed up in Washington right now because
Why do
Joe
you think
Biden's
Putin's
blessing
invading the Ukraine? His balls are fucking swelling with sperm because he hasn't been able to unload into kids because these fucking political coastal elites are fucking nabbing them all up, dude.
Joe Biden's been taking all the pizza for himself.
Of all the podcasts I've been on, I'm most glad this is the one where it's not visible. I am winking at everyone. I like
Joe's just been
that.
winking for an hour.
Oh, come on, you have to pick up the sarcasm. I recorded on the Zoom.
Yeah. Yeah, well, if they transcribe it, you're fucked.
Uh-oh.
Imagine this podcast transcribed. If we were in Canada, we'd be charged with probably a hate crime.
Yeah,
You know what I
probably.
mean?
All right, well, we're going to call this one Just Joking. So that way
Joking?
nothing can be held against us
Folks,
in a court of
just
law.
joking. Yeah.
Man, we're just fooling around. Can you imagine that? Isn't that wild right now? Like CNN is trying to say like the Joe Rogan podcast, which was literally a podcast started 10 years ago by a guy on his couch, is now like a legitimate threat to America. Like Facebook, a thing that came out like, you know, nearly 20 years ago, which was originally just for college students to hook up with each other. That's all it really was. Like, you know, Zuckerberg used it originally to rate women's appearances, and then it was just like, oh no, we can all use it to find out who's on our classes and fuck them, you know, and like that's affecting the fucking sway of American culture now. Joe Rogan's affecting the sway of American culture. Cool things that have gotten me laid are affecting the sway of American culture.
Yeah,
I think the common denominator is that you're affecting American culture, Joe.
Well, I think we cut out the middleman and with the locker room talk.
What are you?
Gormaniacs, buy a copy of The Catcher in the Rye, and then whatever you do after that, it's none of our business.
One of the tiers on our Patreon should be like, I'll give them an autographed copy of Catcher in the Rye. The autograph is just JG and it has like a little bullseye on it.
And the highest tier will be Taxi Driver. It's like, if you want to impress the president, watch this movie. If you want to impress Jodie Foster, watch this movie.
Damn, dude. I love that the takeaways like from some people's like Jodie Foster is a lesbian. I'm like, yeah, that's why the plan was stupid.
Yeah. If she were straight, it probably would have gotten her.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, who knows? If it went through, he probably would have gotten her, dude.
Well, that was we talked about this on the first episode, the curse of Tecumseh. Reagan survived the gunshot. That was the break of the curse of presidents
Maybe J.D.
dying.
Salinger. He was behind ending the curse of Tecumseh. He's like, I'm gonna write this dumbass book that people think is cool. Dude, I liked Catcher in the Rye when I was exactly 18 years old.
Yeah.
You like it when you're 18 and then you read it again like in your 20s. You're supposed to like read it like multiple times in your life.
Yeah.
Is what I've heard. But here's the thing, like if it's such like a pivotal and important book, then it shouldn't be assigned in high school. You should discover it on your own.
Yeah, because if anything that's assigned in high school, you're like, I'm not going to read this dumbass book that adults are
That's
making
what took me so long to discover Kurt Vonnegut, because he was like I had to read Slaughterhouse 5 in high school. And I'm like, I'm not reading shit, dude. And then in college, I finally started reading Kurt Vonnegut, and I was like, damn, this is great. But it wouldn't have been great if I had to read it in high school.
Well, I felt that way. I remember in junior high school, actually, I had a teacher who all the books we read were all legitimately good books. But I was in 8th grade, so I didn't really read any of them. But later on, I like had all of them because he made us buy the copies of the books. So I just had like Fahrenheit 451, Brave New World, 1984. Hamlet, like all these books, and I'm like, oh, they're like later on I went back and I was like, oh, these are actually really good. Same thing happened with me in history classes, because in college I was studying history, and then I would just like bullshit my way through the classes, and then winter break would come around, I'd read the book, I'm like, oh, this is actually really interesting. I would have done way better on the test if I read this during the semester.
Yeah, it's weird. You can't, it's like you have to like learn to want to do it and learn it on your own.
Yeah.
You can't like, they can't force you to want to learn something.
Especially if it's critical race theory. No one's forcing me to learn critical race theory.
Well,
or my
it's like,
kids.
why don't you give me a fucking other book of fiction to read while we're at it, dude? Critical race theory? How about the loser side of things, huh? Hey, how about this? Don't get fucking colonized, and then we'll read your fucking history books, all right? Get out of here,
That's
dude.
the perspective we're not hearing. Is we're supposed to listen to a bunch of people that got colonized?
Yeah, get out of here, twerp. Sorry, dude, you got knocked out by a plague, dude. Sorry. There's a reason we're not reading everything in hieroglyphics and cave drawings.
It is pretty wild how like history would be taught for a while. Like for a long time, there was just a school called the Dunning School, which was like all like lost cause, like the South will rise again type history.
Love it.
Like the early 1900s, they just like took over so much that there's so many like cultural things that we just certain Civil War generals, we just Stonewall Jackson, greatest ever. James Longstreet, not really as good. He was a Confederate general who later became a Republican and was anti-slavery. So they're like, maybe he's not as good. Well, was he anti-slavery or
well, it was irrelevant at that point.
I guess
he was. There was a riot in Texas.
Yeah.
That was it? No, I'm sorry. It was in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And the basically like a white mob was gonna make sure that the Republican didn't become the governor or the mayor or whatever. And this guy Longstreet with like the police, which was like integrated half black at the time.
Yeah.
Like squashed the riot.
Yeah.
Way from one area to the other. Like he was like Robert E. Lee's number 2, right?
Yeah.
And then now he's like, I'm going to use black cops to stop like these racist white rioters.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So this is like one of the top generals in the Confederacy. But because later on he like was trying to help black people, the like historians who empathize with the South don't ever really talk about him, but they'll talk about Robert E. Lee and Stonewall Jackson.
Yeah.
As if they're great. Ulysses S. Grant, overrated. And like even the guy, Philip Dunning, the guy from the Dunning School, when you like in interviews and stuff.
First of all, the only reason he got into that school is because his last name.
I'm not sure I get this.
The Dunning-Kruger effect.
Is there?
Just the fact that he's from he went to Dunning School. It's obviously because his dad owns the place or whatever. The bit is so simple. I don't know how else to break it down.
I can't tell if you're bombing or I'm stupid. I think I'm stupid. But anyway, he created the Dunning School. I guess that's why.
I know, man.
Oh.
Jesus.
Actually, let's edit this part out and play Triple H's music over it. But he would say of course I'm against slavery. Come on, I'm against slavery.
Kind of stuff we got to say.
Yeah, he's like, I'm against slavery. But if you look at it, obviously, black people just shouldn't be voting. They would still...
Nice.
It's into the early 1900s, late after the Civil War. You have, people who are... this is in textbooks into, the 50s and 60s.
Nice.
Kids were learning that, Reconstruction was a complete failure because black people shouldn't have been given the right to vote.
Well, I mean, that explains why, up until today, everyone's like, oh, careful. It takes a lot to undo that kind of thinking.
Yeah. And that's
or rather,
why
undo something that was right.
And that's why we need critical race theory. We've come around, boys. Nah, we're just joking.
How about
that's the name of the episode, just joking. Whenever we say something that you think might be progressive, we're just joking.
Yeah,
Joking,
can't get us in trouble.
And in case we end up having to change the name from Locker Room Talk because of the 50 other podcasts named Locker Room Talk, we'll change it. And I assume there's probably a lot of others also called Just Joking.
But I think if we just keep posting new episodes, it doesn't seem like any Locker Room Talk episodes
How about
coming out
Locker Room
lately.
Talk 123? We treat it like a screen name. You know what I mean?
Locker Room Talk 42069.
Hell yeah, dude.
Nice, dude.
That's how
Yeah.
we're doing it.
I love that 420. Isn't it funny? 420 and 69 are still very funny numbers.
They'll always be, honestly. If you get old enough where you're like, oh, 69, that's not funny. It's like you gotta look at the sunrise and reevaluate your life.
Yeah, there's no way a person like, oh, come on, grow up. It's like, that's a funny ass number. And the younger the person is that says it, the funnier it is, because they're less likely to truly understand.
Yeah.
It's like the kid is like, 6'9". It's like, okay, there's no way you fucking ate someone's pussy or sucked someone's dick while they simultaneously sucked your dick or ate your
really
pussy.
Liked it.
69.
I feel like it's too. It's like eating cake, but while running on a treadmill. You know what I mean?
What's wrong with that?
I like 69ing.
Yeah, tell me about it, Matt.
Yeah.
You make that bitch sit on your face, and then you're like, sit on my fucking face, and then you pull out your pee-pee, and then you're like, there you
That's the weirdest thing for a rapist to do. Force a girl to sit on your face.
all right, bitch, sit on my face. You're like, no. You're fucking running her down, and sit on my fucking face. She's like, no. Matt, you're sick, dude.
You're on the stand just being like, I wanted her to be comfortable.
Yeah.
She looked like she was on her feet all day, and I
Yeah.
wanted her to sit down.
Okay, we can't release this episode. There's no amount of just joking that can undo this.
I bet politicians wish they could have the just joking option. You know what I mean?
The what?
The just joking option.
Just
Yeah, but they can
Yeah.
just say they were on a fucking medication and they didn't know what was happening, and then they'll step down for a little bit.
The Roseanne Barr defense.
Yeah.
I
I thought the bitch was black. What a fucking awesome fucking. What an awesome fucking response, dude.
Yeah.
Or I thought, yeah.
She's like a titan of she was like a titan of industry, and now it's like no one talks about her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She lost her damn mind.
Yeah. Well, yeah. She's nutty. She separate from the ambient thing, whatever. But you listen to her on podcast, she is a straight up conspiracy theorist.
Roseanne Barr, you out your damn mind.
That's basically what I'm saying, dude.
It's kind of wild that of the jobs in for the conspiracy, what are we gonna do? Put them in jail? Of the jobs for a conspiracy theorist to have, comedian is the safest, one of the safer
She's
places.
not an air traffic controller.
Yeah.
Tom Arnold, come get your woman. Tom Arnold, come get your damn woman. Roseanne's making a fool of herself.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an excellent point. It's like, well, if they're an idiot, wouldn't you want their job to be court jester?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it better that they're it would be worse if they were, in government making changes, but
Or even like working in real estate. Like if we got to get this racist stop performing comedy. Hopefully he just goes and sells insurance. You know, the type of thing that could save a black person's life that they may not sell to them.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's a perspective no one's talking about.
A brave
What
perspective.
what if they're racist in a place where in an arena that it matters?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it matters.
In a place where it's okay to be racist.
Coming this fall.
Coming this fall.
That's what we should have for the intro for the show. In a place where it's okay to be racist, 3 brave men, Bobby Sheehan, Joe Gorman, Matt Marin, are just having a little locker room talk. And then it cuts to us doing bow now.
The year is 2023. The president is trans. It's illegal to be a white man. And when being right is illegal, only the criminals are right. Alt-right. Damn, dude. It's
Wow.
like, it's so funny to quote unquote pretend to be an incel, alt-right, woman hater. No producer to look on us with disgust and bile in their eyes as we're goofing around, man. We're just having a good time. We're just look, we're a bunch of guys. We just want to kill a woman. I don't
Yeah,
even see
that's all.
what the problem is here.
We're all just saying what everybody's thinking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're saying what needs to be said, Bobber.
Everybody's thinking that they could go 30 days without hitting their girlfriend.
I think I'm going to make it.
Bobby's like shaking. He's like, he looks all like disgruntled,
I go to
disheveled
the
and
emergency
shit.
room. I'm like, I'm going through withdrawals.
This man has an adrenaline overload. His fucking
Quick, bring in the sex doll. I was punching it.
Oh, when they actually make sex robots, there's gonna be so many. We're like, oh, they're gonna be full of semen. And they turn back, and most of them have no semen in them, but just all have black eyes.
God, dude.
Sir, why are you hitting your sex doll? Dumb bitch won't shut up.
Yeah. What's the Apple Care on my sex robot? Yeah, we're gonna need the good insurance.
Yeah, hi, is this tech support? My sex robot will just not flinch no matter how many. I asked for the girlfriend experience.
Yeah.
It's not flinching.
I can't come if she's not flinching.
Controversial, as always.
But you know what? I think people come to this podcast not only because they're going to laugh, but because they're going to learn. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're gonna learn something. We're gonna learn you good.
Make sure when you're beating your girlfriend to always be punching up.
All right, Matt.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
That means she's on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, rape her, grab her, make her sit on your face, and then punch her so you're punching up.
Ooh, that's it. That's how you 69. You're like, sit on my face, and
then
then
I
like when
punch
you're
her.
sitting on your face, like, bam, dude, punching up, dude. Like the Matt Marin loophole.
Yes.
Matt Marin, attorney at law. Hey, fellas, if a bitch is sitting on your face, it's punching up. That's how you go to like a giant auditorium. Everyone's cheering your name. You come. That's
They all
your
have their
opening
fucking
thing.
sleeves cut off.
They're doing the Nazi salute, but using the other arm, so it's not racist, quote unquote.
Also, because they don't know the left from the right.
Yeah. Some dude just throws up both arms. He doesn't know, just to be safe.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready for the Sons of Anarchy portion of the evening, please rise for the sleeveless honor of the world, the Commissioner of Comedy Fight Club, Mr. Matt Marin. All right, for those of you that are only listening, Matt just saluted with both hands.
You know how
If
Dave
you
Cook
do a
had
Nazi
the-
salute
yeah.
with both hands, I just imagine a room full of retarded Nazis doing Nazi salutes with both hands.
It's like,
Both hands up like, duh!
yeah, like how Dane Cook invented the super finger, the Sufi.
Yeah.
You invent like the super hail.
The double Nazi salute,
Yeah.
the super hail.
The high hail. Fucking both arms up.
Oh god, if we start doing live shows, people are going to show up and do double Nazi salutes.
I don't think they have the courage to do it.
Or as I call it, helping hands.
Yes.
You know,
Damn, man. Dude, this was a fucking banger.
Banger of an episode.
You know, this is the first time I can say in about 5 years I'm not completely ashamed of a podcast I'm about to put out right
in
now.
5 years.
5 years.
Didn't you do? I mentioned this.
several podcasts.
I mentioned this to Bobby. I remember you did one. Was it the white side of history?
Yeah, damn, dude. I have had some fiery names for podcasts. Damn, maybe it's not a bit. Maybe I do hate women. Maybe I really am an incel. Yeah.
The white side of history. It was just all the Dunning School stuff that we talked about.
It was just goofing, man. Every
Yeah.
podcast is just goofing around.
Yeah.
Like this one. Just goofing.
Yeah.
Just joking.
Just joking.
Hey, just some innocent, harmless riffs.
Yeah. Just remember that we're always just joking.
But yeah. Well, I think this is it, fellas.
I think
Hey,
let's all.
Vladimir or whoever Ukrainian fan is, just hang in there, bro.
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
whatever's happening, just think to yourself, what would Matt, Joe, and Bobby do in a
If
situation
any
like
Russians
this?
come and bust down your door, just hold up a double Nazi salute.
Double Nazi salute. They won't. They're already expecting Nazis, dude. But if you give them that double salute, they're gonna be so confused. They're gonna think about like, oh my god, have I been lied to my entire life?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is this actually a cool thing?
Yeah. Are Ukrainians actually like chill bros that just want to hang out and punch their sex robots?
Yeah. They may be.
I think
They're just
are.
like us.
They're no
looks
different.
like they're not so different after all. Guys, Slava Ukrainia.
Love you.
Goodbye.
Du hast mich.